Hello Sagittarius, it is my intention to share with you today the reading that is going to give you the map of the energies for the month of November. Now, I know I've been leaving you guys abandoned for a while now, and it has been because my previous setup was very contrived, it was very complex and it was a hassle, you know, so I had to prioritize. But I've recently upgraded my setup and now things are going to be way easier, which means that I will be able to come back to you guys. And this reading is just for you. There's bound to be people in the chat speaking Spanish. Don't mind them. I hope it doesn't really trouble you. And I hope the information I'm going to give you today really helps you make better choices in the future. So to whoever may listen, this is for you, Sagittarius. And let's go with your reading. And this is the surprise I have for you guys. Look at this. Bam! I have two cameras now, which means I can focus both on my face and on the reading itself. That's gonna make things way easier right now, so that's gonna be great. Okay, so Sagittarius, I'm gonna work with this deck, which is the Thoth Tarot. Sadly, the second camera has a little bit of glare from the sun, and I'm trying to do my best to improve it, but I trust that in time I will find a way. And for now, because this is a new setup, this is a new format, there's so much going on right now. I have to take care of both cameras, of the chat and of the reading itself. So I'm gonna be a little bit scattered, but still, I trust that the information provided here will be top notch, because that is honestly my intention. Right then, so thank you for giving me an answer that's clear, direct, concise and precise, so that everything that Sagittarius can know, thus allowing them to make better choices in the future. Because it is my honest intention to help you guys out, and if I have the chance to do so, then why not? So, for Sagittarius, this is for you guys. Sagittarius, let's see. I'm gonna draw 3 cards, which is gonna be like the main theme of the month. And we're gonna go from there. What is the main theme from Sagittarius during the month of November? Right, so these are going to be your main themes from November, Sagittarius. The first card is the following. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Discs, which means that November is going to be a month where you will see your talents and your capacity to produce things increase. So it's going to be a month of stability, it's going to be a month of building up, it's going to be a month of looking into the horizon. Like, you had your talent here. You have the your capacity to produce, your capacity to build. This is Capricorn, you see? So you have these talents, this capacity to build and move forward, and you're thinking about what you will do next with it. How can you translate that into a future projection? So this is gonna be a good month when it comes to finances, when it comes to establishing yourself, and finding your identity when it comes to your work, your profession. Then we have the Queen of Wands. That's amazing. You have 2 queens. You have the Queen of Discs and you have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, which is the energy of Sagittarius, it is also the energy of Aries and of Leo, but I'm doing the reading for you guys. This card represents the tenacity, the capacity to rise above the challenges and to overcome any kind of obstacles in a way that makes you stronger. So I'm seeing some very good cards for you here, Sagittarius. I'm seeing that not only will you have the resolve, not only will you have the inner stability to go after the things you want in a very practical way and the capacity to manifest them, you also have the spiritual strength and the passion to go after them without giving up in a very powerful way. That's great. And the last card for you, Sagittarius, is going to be the 3 of Wands, which is amazing. Basically, what this month means for you guys is this month is going to be for you to be able to gather your strength, gather your talents, and then go forward with them. Do everything you can, everything that's within your power to allow yourself to come forward, to go up in life. So that's amazing. That's taking into account the many obstacles and tribulations, the many trials and tribulations you've been facing, having the chance and having the strength to capitalize on any kind of chances you get is amazing, and I think you should take it for what it is. But because I want to understand deeper, I'm gonna draw some clarifiers now from the Rider-Waite deck, and let's see what I can tell you from this now. What are gonna be the clarifiers? The world reverse. Yes, you know, this is what I was feeling before. I think that, and as I said before, taking into account all the trials and tribulations you've been facing, it's like your world has been turned upside down. And you've been living for a while in a situation that has been very slow, very sacrificing, you know. I think you've lost many things. I think that there are many things, many elements in your life that you thought were going to be stable that were not. They were destroyed. And you mixed your identity, your sense of who you were with those things. So when you started losing them, you started losing yourself, which left you in a very debilitated state. But now is the chance for you to rebuild yourself. Now is the chance to... it was a good thing for that to happen. Why? It was a good thing because, as I said, you lost yourself a little bit in your previous life. And right now it's time for you to take back who you really are. And who you really are is an ever-expansive energy of fire and action and inspiration and flexibility and the capacity to adapt and to rise above. This is who you are. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and it is the sign of the arrow, the sign that goes beyond any kind of limitations. So I am not surprised in the least to see you rising again like this after all the things you've lived. And obviously it's gonna be in a very stronger way, so that's also amazing. Your clarification cards, Sagittarius. Let's see what can tell you right now. Okay, first one. I'm gonna draw another one for this. And then we got the Three of Wands. Let's see. Queen of Discs has the clarifier of the Three of Wands. Look at this. Synchronicity at its best. Three of Wands and the Three of Wands. You know what the odds are of this happening? Like, you have 78 cards in each deck, and it just so happens that I drew the same card from two different decks on the same spread. It doesn't really happen very often, but when it does, it means something. And it means that you are taking all of the strengths you've accumulated, all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom, all of the resources. Even if you lost things, your talents and your knowledge is also considered resources. So you're gathering all of that, and you're thinking where to go next. Then we have the Ten of Swords, which means that you are putting an end to this dark age in your life. You're putting an end to feeling like crap. You're putting an end to feeling stuck, to feeling without any kind of options, to feeling weak. All of these situations you've faced, you're right now saying, alright, you know what, enough is enough. I will not cry anymore, I think I've cried enough. Instead, I'm gonna focus on rebuilding my own world, starting from myself. That's why you're gonna be so strong. Because you're gonna be using your own spirit as your own basis, your own foundation. So that's great. And then when we have the Three of Wands, this is the clarification card. The Nine of Cups. You are basically taking all of your strength and going after your dreams, and you will fulfill them. If you keep pushing like this, if you keep moving like this, it's gonna be a good thing, because during this month you will have all the energy to go after the things you want, instead of crying your eyes out or feeling miserable after the things you've lost. So this is the transmutation month, and how appropriate it is, taking into account that right now is Scorpio season, and Scorpio means taking all of the crap you have right here, all of the shadow, taking a deep, closer look at it, and then allowing it to change into what it is. Hidden light. That's what you have right now. That's what you have always had. It's just that the recent situations have made you lose some focus because they were very strong. But I don't think they killed you, and right now you're gonna see that. So Let's see. Right now I'm gonna draw 3 more cards and I'm gonna ask what should be your focus. Taking into account it's such a good month, then obviously there should be very good opportunities to capitalize on. And it is exactly what I want to get for you right now. What should be the focuses or the threats you will face during this era of your life? Yeah. So, we have the cards, which is gonna be your main focuses. Focus could be either opportunity or it could be threats. So, these are gonna be your focus. These should be your focuses. This should be like the advices for you. Advice number 1. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Don't think about any possibility of failure. You cannot fail. That's so encouraging. You cannot fail. There is no way you can fail. It doesn't matter where you go, you will not fail. Because what you're trying right now is not the capacity to manifest, it is the capacity to have a second wind, you know, to be inspired again, to be able to persevere and to try one more time in spite of having failed so many times before. So right now what's being tested in everyone, or what's being developed, is the capacity to say, you know what, I had a shit time, I don't care, I'm gonna try again because I deserve it. That's who you are. So when it comes to that, you're gonna be doing amazing because there's no way you can fail. Even if you do fail in something, it is not a, it may be a setback, but it is not a permanent failure. In which case you cannot fail. So if you're having doubts because you fear the chance of failing, don't worry about that. In fact, why don't you fail? Because when you fail, you will see for yourself that this failure is not a real failure. It is not a permanent failure. It is only a temporary setback. And you will be able to adapt. You know what? You know why? The reason why you will be able to adapt to any kind of failure is because before you have failed so many times you stop caring about it. You don't really mind about failure. Right now you are starting from the bottom. It's not just me saying this. Take a look at this. You have the 10 of Swords here and the world reverse. Your world was fucked. You know, you faced many situations that were very difficult for you. And there were, even though they on the surface were very heavy in its content, the fact of the matter is that the more you went through that dark period of your life, the stronger you became. And right now you are on the other side. So you know what, even if you fail, you will not care because you're so much stronger than this, and that's amazing. That's so great. So let's go with the second advice. 5 of Pentacles. Do worry though, be practical, don't be all fire and no earth. Alright, this is a very good advice because even though you have a very good combination of cards, the fact of you feeling so enthusiastic, so invincible, the fact of you feeling so invincible can actually be a disadvantage. Because if you fail horrendously, you will say like, it doesn't matter, I can still fix it. And then the cards are saying, do worry though. Like, pay no attention to the possibility of failure, but do think about ways of improving your situation. Because right now you are all spirit, but you need to build the ground. You need to build the foundations. And when it comes to building the foundations, there are real issues that you need to take a look into. So please, be courageous, but don't be reckless. That's the best phrase I can give you right now. Be fearless, don't be reckless. There is a huge difference between the two. Fearless is, I know this could go wrong, but I've done all of this to make sure that I have the best odds of victory. That's being fearless. There is a chance of failure, but you've worked in a smart way to go about it. Reckless is This can go wrong, I don't give a shit, I can do it anyway. If it goes wrong, it doesn't matter. No, don't be like that, dude. Don't be so reckless. Be fearless. I know you get what I'm saying. And then we have the last message, which is the Knight of Discs. Look at this. Work towards your dreams. Work towards the things you are trying to build. Don't give up, don't let up, don't think about a failure. It is necessary and it is important that you work towards the things you want. That is the only way to get where you want to be. If you stop working, then things are gonna get worse. You have to understand this. This is an excellent reading, but if you want to take advantage of it, you need to keep moving. If you sit still, if you let time go on, if you don't put in the effort, things can go wrong. So don't go that way. How about instead of letting this feeling of invincibility take the best of you, how about you take all of this passion, all of this strength, and you manifest it in real, concrete, practical ways that will guarantee you will get where you want to be. That's the best way to go. And if you fail, it doesn't really matter because it's not a real failure, it's only a setback. That's the best way for you to go. Understand that you have all the chances and all the strength to overcome anything you're facing. But understand as well that you need to act fast. If you take too long, you will have to face the consequences, which hopefully will not be very tough on you. So let's get the clarification cards now. Let's get the clarification cards. Let's get the clarification cards. What can I tell you about this? What can I tell you about this then, Sagittarius? I can tell you the 3 cards that I'm going to show you right here. It's not a matter of thinking positively. It is a matter of trying regardless. Thinking positively, this is not thinking. There are no swords here. There is not a single sword here that is telling you to think positively. This is not about positive thinking. Thinking has nothing to do with this reading. It is about feeling passionate, feeling so committed to you overcoming any kind of obstacles that thinking positively is not necessary because you cannot stop yourself from going forward with your plan. 2 very different things. Thinking positively, that shit doesn't matter. You know, it's about being passionate. It's about acting fast. It is about being inspired. Thoughts don't give you emotions. Your spirit does. Your heart does. This is fire and earth. There is no air here. So let's go with the clarification cards. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. There will be some setbacks. There will be some things that will not work. If those things happen, pay no mind to them. Don't be discouraged, but don't keep trying down that path. If it doesn't work, move on. Do something different. Try something new. Don't try the same thing over and over again. It's not gonna work. Be flexible. Second, the Fool in the reverse. You know, I'm feeling that with this reading that they are trying to balance you. They are trying to ground you in your exaltation. They are trying to give some roots to your powerful spirit. Because here they tell you, be flexible. If something doesn't work, try something new. Don't be discouraged. But then they have this card here, which is don't be reckless. Also, you need to be balanced. Move fast and quickly enough for you to be able to use your passion in your advantage, and don't sit still for too long because that would be out of fear, not out of inspiration. You have all the strength right now to change your situation. Use it. Don't see it pass before your eyes without you doing anything. That's why you need to be practical. And then with the Knight of Discs, we have the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Pay no mind to working alone. Sometimes you need to work alone. Sometimes you need to develop your own strength. Because I think, here's the thing, you have the Knight of Discs and then you have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, which means that you are right now in a situation where you don't have it easy. You will not have all the resources you may wish for. You will not have all the friends or the colleagues or the mentors you would wish for. You will not have access to this ideal situation of growth. You have to work regardless. Because the reason why this is gonna work is not because you have things in your favor, it's because you have yourself by your side. You have your own enthusiasm. You have your own passion, your own perseverance. So there's nothing on earth that can slow you down because you are on your side and you are your greatest asset. I think that's gonna be the title of this video. You yourself, your spirit, is your greatest asset. Because despite the fact that you are moving in a situation that's very chaotic and very uncertain, you're not letting it affect you. In fact, you're using these obstacles as a way to motivate yourself to do it even better. So that's why you don't pay too much attention to the lack of resources or the lack of good people around you. You have to do this on your own. You are your greatest asset. Great, that's a good reading. I'm very happy for you, Sagittarius. I mean, I've been getting difficult readings for a while now, and seeing such a good reading as this, such an inspiring reading as this, is a nice and welcomed change of tonality. And to wrap this up, I'm gonna give you the last 3 cards, which is gonna be the things you have to contemplate. Because if you contemplate these concepts and you understand them, you will be able to make better choices in the future effortlessly, which is exactly what you're looking for, probably. So, last 3 cards. Last 3 cards. What are the concepts, the ideas that if you contemplate them long enough will allow you to make the best choices in the future? Alright, these are going to be your 3 keys of wisdom. And your keys of wisdom are going to be the following. First one, the second one, and then we have the third one. Good. What is your first key of wisdom, Sagittarius? 3 of Cups in the reverse with the Magician or the Magus in the reverse. There is a real possibility that because you are experiencing difficult situations or difficult circumstances, that you will think, you know what, I don't have the strength to do this. I can't do this. I don't feel motivated enough. I don't feel capable enough because I just don't feel like it. I don't think there's any chance. It's like, pay attention to the following. Chances don't come from the outside. They are created within. I'm gonna say this one more time. It is very important. Chances don't come from the outside. They are born from within. They are brought from within. It comes from your perspective. If you are thinking like this, if you let your isolation, if you let your lack of socialization, if you let your lack of fun get to you, you will not have the emotional well-being to be as powerful as you could. So this is a word of warning. Be careful with your emotional well-being. If you feel sad, you will not feel like doing anything. So if you feel sad, your first priority shouldn't be working, it should be going back to yourself and feeling okay and satisfied with yourself. Maybe the world is not giving me the things I want, I'm gonna give them myself. Because I am the creator of this life. And damn it, I can do it. Alone if it must. But if I don't do it, no one else will for me. So it has to happen. There is no alternative. Second key of wisdom. The Seven of Wands with the reversed, with the Ten of Cups. There was a time before where you had to hold on, you had to be courageous, you had to have valor, because you were moving in a situation that was very dark. Again, you had to be like this because you had things against you. But I don't think that's the case anymore. Right now, during this time, even though life may not look the way you would like it to look like, you can still be so happy with the things you have. You can still have so much enjoyment from the things that are present in your life. So drop this notion of having to force yourself to go after something or to hold on. Drop everything and just allow yourself to be satiated. I'm not sure if you pronounce it like that, but hopefully that's how it goes. But give yourself the chance to enjoy what you have and forget about any kind of conflict. Just forget about them. There's nothing for you to fix. You just have to enjoy your own rebirth. And then the Queen of Discs, again, this is a very good advice. It means that right now you don't have the situation you want. It is not the reality you are looking for, but it is a very good chance for you to start building it, because you have everything within. You can build now. I don't think you can reach the ending of your dream, but I do feel that this month is gonna be the month where you start planting the seeds. And I'm not metaphorically speaking, because the seeds is yourself. You're gonna start nurturing yourself. You're gonna start nurturing your own self-confidence. You will forget about the results, and you're gonna say, I feel powerful. It doesn't matter, I don't have the things I want. I feel powerful, and because I'm gonna use this passion to go where I want to go in a way that's practical and diligent and responsible and concrete. So it is the same advice as before, but it has a slight warning to it. It's like, do consider the fact that there are some times where you could act, but you don't act because you are feeling lonely or you're feeling in lack of something. This lack should be the reason for you to act and build it. It shouldn't be the cause of you bringing yourself down. So if there's something you're lacking right now, you can manifest it. Unless you believe, you can't. In which case, you will not be able to, because you don't have your own side. You don't have yourself, your own back. So yeah, I hope this reading helps you out. I hope the message I gave you at the end. The keys of wisdom are always very intimate, are always very personal. So hopefully the things I told you at the end really help you out in making the best choices. And I give you thanks for taking the time to listen to me and for trusting my words, because it is my honest intention to help you out. And I truly hope it manifests like that. So that's it, Sagittarius. I wish you the very best. I'm very happy that you got a good reading, but the more I understand the reading, the more I feel that the message at the end is there is so much you can do during this month. It's like you have the 85% of life in your favor. There's this 15% which is you feeling supported or you feeling stable. If you pay attention to that percent that is missing, you will not do anything, because you will feel very down, like you're gonna be feeling very sad about it. But if instead you see that if instead of seeing that as lacking, you see that as something to be filled, as an opportunity, as potential, you will find you have all the passion in your side to get to it in the shortest amount of time possible, without any kind of huge problems or crises or anything. So this is your month. Use it wisely. Don't let yourself be brought down by things that are lacking. Think about, rather than think about, be inspired about the things you can do to change them in a very practical way. And that's it. I wish you the very best. If you want a personal reading, you can always contact me from the email which is right down below. Peace. From the email which is right down